So lads, the Indiana Fever might be making a huge mistake. Again, this is a might because you just never know. You never know when it comes to things like this because you don't know how players pan out. You don't know. Maybe you're overrating a player, maybe you're underrating a player. But it's always kind of hard to tell when it comes to young players. But I think they are making a huge, and I mean huge mistake with this. It's Grace Berger. So, Grace Berger is a player for the Fever. Grace Berger is in my opinion, a really good player for the Indiana Fever. I think she's just a really good player in general. And they are not protecting her in the expansion. There is a 95% chance the Golden State Valkyries select Grace Berger. She is young. She's like 24 maybe? She is a 6-foot tall point guard. She can shoot the ball. She led the W in 3-point percentage 2 seasons ago. And she's also can handle, she can pass, she can defend, she can do a bit of everything. She's playing in Turkey right now where she's been decent. I'm not going to say she's been anything absolutely out of the ordinary spectacular, but she's been pretty freaking good. She has genuinely been pretty freaking good as a player in Turkey this year. And it looks like they're going to be protecting Tamy Figbenley. And look, the only reason why I think you should protect Tamy Figbenley is she's 32 years old. Like, she's there for the near future. It just depends on what you're looking at. Are you looking to win next year? How much do you have to pay Tamy? That's another question. Like, Tamy Figbenley could be demanding, she could be demanding $130K a year. Whereas you can find rim running bigs. They exist. You can try to go and get yourself a Wakuir from the Dallas Wings. Like, she's somebody that's young and can play that. And I don't think going all in for 2025, there's a reason for that. I don't think, because Tammy's only going to sign a 1-year deal. Grace Berger is going to be under contract. She's under contract through the 2026 season. There's there's absolutely no doubt about it. Like, she is under contract through that season. So she was a first-round pick in 2023. I'm like, just for roster flexibility, you can find a Tamy Figbenley. You can find somebody else. You're not going to find a better point guard on $75K a year, especially after the salary cap spike. These contracts are going to be gold dust. Imagine going into when the salary cap booms with Aaliyah Boston, Grace Berger, and Caitlin Clark. They screwed up mightily, absolutely generationally with Celeste Taylor with that. Not signing Celeste Taylor to a 4-year rookie deal. If they had Celeste Taylor, imagine having Aaliyah Boston, Celeste Taylor, Grace Berger, and Caitlin Clark all on rookie deals going into 2026. Like, that's the thing. It's like, you are getting rid of one of the gold dust contracts. You're getting rid of one of the bigger trade assets, unless you are trying to literally go all in 2025, which is the dumbest thing you can do, because they're gonna be able to go all in 2026. If you have 4 players on their rookie deals, 4, you can sign big name players. Maybe not for long-term deals, but then you can trade them. She's also becomes one of the most tradable assets if she's a good backup point guard. It means your point guard position is, so you do not need a point guard in free agency for the foreseeable if you keep Grace Berger. And yes, Temy is the better player. But like, how much better, and as far as running and offense, is Tamy Figbenley? Like, yeah, she's a decent defender. She's nothing spectacular. And again, like, how much better is Tamy Figbenley than like Monique Billings? I don't know. Monique Billings was signing hardship contracts last year. Awak Kuier. You can sign Kuier to a freaking minimum. And I really like Tamy Figbenley. I don't think the Valkyries are going to draft Tamy Figbenley. Tamy Figbenley is 32 years old. She can just say nah. She makes enough money in Turkey. She's not American. She's English. She's English, so she can just stay in Europe. She can do her thing. And the Valkyries are going to have to pay her. That's the problem. Is the likely scenario is the Valkyries, like, you're going to have to pay her quite a bit. So do they want to pay a 32-year-old for a one-season rental who's never going to stay? Or do the Valkyries want to draft someone that's under contract? The Valkyries are going to want to draft someone that's under contract, even through 2025. Like, the Valkyries, why wouldn't you take a Damiris Dantas? Like, Dantas, if you look at box score, did more. I have a feeling they might go for a Dantas. If they just want shooting, maybe they think, you know what, Katie Lou's going to be good. And by the way, I think Katie Lou's going to be much better next year than this year. Like, I don't think Katie Lou is going to be disastrously bad next year. She was horrifically bad last year. I think she's just going to be meh next year. So I don't care that much about losing Katie Lou or about if Katie Lou's there. Would love to lose Katie Lou. Everything's fixed if Katie Lou goes. But the problem is if you could protect 7 players, it would be sorted. It would be absolutely sorted if you could protect 7. But protecting 6, these rookie deals that they already screwed up by cutting Grace or Celeste Taylor. Like, they already screwed up by cutting her. And like, if Saxton's on a 4-year deal, I'm keeping Saxton. Because, like, these players allow you to do so much. They genuinely allow you to do so much as far as roster flexibility. And with Tamy, there's less flexibility. And then it's all about 2026. It's all about the great reset of the WNBA. That's what everything's about. As well as that, of the 2 players, everyone being like, oh, you know, Tamy Figbenley is perfect for the way the Fever want to play, the modern WNBA. But, like, so is Grace Berger. And the more I'm looking at it, like, you're looking at young player on rookie deal who is a perfect backup versus older player on a restricted contract deal who's going to be paid probably maybe double what Grace Berger is being paid, as a double the hit in the salary cap for more production, in fairness, but no trade value, old and out of contract next year. Like, that's the reality of it. That is genuinely the reality of the situation. And the fact is, I don't think the Valkyries take Tamy Figbenley. I think there is a 70% chance the Valkyries don't take Tamy Figbenley. I think there is a 99% chance the Valkyries take Grace Berger, because, again, these 2023 rookie deals are gold dust. If I'm the Valkyries, I'm getting every single player from the 2024 draft class that is not protected, I'm taking. I don't care if they're bad. If they can be a backup. I'm taking Elisa Peely or maybe Diamond Miller, in fairness. Because Diamond Miller is, like, I will say, when it comes to Diamond Miller, she's probably going to be a bucket for Golden State. For the Lynx, I'm taking Diamond Miller. From the Fever, I'm taking Celeste Taylor. I'm taking Grace Berger. From the Sky don't really have anybody. I don't even know who you take from the Sky. Like, who do the Sky protect? Sky, we're going to protect. They're probably not going to protect Kennedy Carter. They're probably going to protect... Did they protect Lindsay Allen? Probably Lindsay Allen. I don't even know who you take from them. You wouldn't take Rachel Banham. I have no idea. Obviously not Mariah Jefferson. I genuinely have no idea who you take from the Sky. But either way, I think the Fever could be making a huge mistake with Grace Berger. Like, I think she could be equally as important for them as Tamy Figbenley with the right coach. And the most important thing, she allows roster flexibility for the 2026 Great Reset to allow them to not have to even worry about getting a backup point guard. It means you don't have to overpay a backup. That's pretty much it. Like, without Tamy, you still have backups for every other position. Katie Lou can back up to 3 and 4. She's under contract. Lexi Hull's a starter. You can back up. Christy Wallace can be a backup. Fine. I get it. She's not a great backup, but it means you don't have to not overpay a backup. It means, because I think you're going to pay, if Tamy doesn't get taken, you're going to still pay Tamy. But it means that you don't need to, in the offseason, pay Tamy and a backup point guard, or even consider bringing Erica Wheeler back.